I've been a model signed to one of the most prestigious and globally recognized agencies in the world. Here are 7 things that I learned that you need to know before becoming an agency model. Number 1, even top models get told no every day. Just might not fit a brand's look. It has nothing to do with your worth or your talent. I forgot where I heard this, but it really helped me. Every time you go on an audition or go on a casting, imagine that you're 25 no's away from a yes. You have to hear no 25 times before you hear the yes. So it gets you kind of excited to get rejected. Once you really learn to detach your confidence from what you book, you will be able to just flow through meeting people and going to castings with confidence. Know your worth even when others don't see it. Number 2, agencies open doors, you build the career. Getting signed is super exciting, but it's just the beginning. The models that go far are the ones who hustle. They go to everything their agent tells them to go to. They network, they show up early, they make sure their portfolio is up to date. You treat it like a business because that's exactly what it is. It is your business. This is a business where first impressions are literally everything. Everything. Make sure to be yourself because you don't realize how many brands are looking for you. Exactly you. I lived about a half an hour away from New York City, which is where most of my jobs were. So I always was on time because I made sure I planned everything down to the minute. I had a backup route in case a train was down. I had to take my car, whatever it is. I made sure I had multiple routes. I left hours earlier to make sure I was there on time. Be on time. You literally can't succeed in this business if you're not on time. Like, you're out if you can't be on time. If I had to take a car, a plane, a bus, a train, whatever it was, I made sure I was on it. I remember once I got called and had 2 hours to be on a flight. You best believe I made it. Your digitals are more important than any beautiful editorial photos. They want to see your natural look, what you look like without a stitch of makeup. Clean skin, simple outfits. My agent was very clear about having a natural look, no plastic surgery. And at the time I got signed, it was pretty big to have like giant lips. And it just was not the thing. Do not change yourself. Be yourself. There's a reason that you got signed. I was mostly fitness and fashion world. You never want your photos to be overly sexy. That's more men's magazine. Not that there's anything wrong with aiming for a men's magazine. If that's your thing, go for it. But if you're in this field, you're gonna wanna avoid that. Think about being sexy in your mind, but without trying physically. I'm gonna emphasize this one, especially because I was on the sports and fitness board. Modeling is physical work. Travel, 13, 14-hour shoot days, constant photos, hydrate, sleep, and move daily. Very important to eat nourishing foods because you don't want to be the girl that passes out on set. I was mostly fitness, so a lot of the jobs that I got booked for, you were like a stunt man. You had to do Tom Cruise shit. My job descriptions would be like, can you tread water for hours and still look good? It was just crazy. And these are for high-end, amazing brands. A model that can hold a handstand and look amazing doing it is way more profitable than someone who can't. So my advice is the more you can do, the more valuable you are. So make sure you brush up on your skills. The more skills you have, the more eyes you're gonna get in front of. Skiing, tennis, all that stuff. My agency used to host an annual ski trip, and it was a great way to brush up on your skills in case you got booked a ski or something skiing. I remember tennis and paddleboarding, I got booked for those things. Very important, probably the most important, learn how to pose and move without relying on the photographer. Study your movement, practice in front of the mirror, watch campaign videos. Best models know their angles and they bring great energy to the set. They bring the energy, not rely on people creating the energy for them. Know what's expected of you and deliver. Which leads me to know your contract. Whether you already signed it or you're about to, especially if you're about to, know your contract. This is super important. You're most likely signing over your entire image for X amount of time. This includes your entire image on video, your voice, your likeness. Everybody else is pretty much owning that for this time period. If you have another job, be ready to call out last minute if you need to run to a casting. I had my lawyer go through my entire contract before signing it. There's going to be words that you just don't know, like usage, rate. This is your own business now, so you need to know what you're signing over. No surprises. I keep saying that this is the most important, but this is also the most important. Be kind, professional, and memorable. People hire who they like. The model that's polite to the makeup artist, on time, and always positive on set. Your attitude will get you rebooked more than your look. You walk in, always introduce yourself to everybody. At the end of the shoot, make sure that you shake everyone's hand and tell them thank you. I know the days are long, but this is so important to end with thanking everybody on set. Trust me, that's how you get rebooked. And that is my advice. I've been doing this a long time, so I have so many tips and tricks if you want to hear more.